What's up, guys? Take these out. Today we're going to talk about how a shift in your perspective can change your entire reality. See, your perspective can either be your greatest superpower or it can be your greatest prison. And your perspective is continually informed by your beliefs, which are continually informed by the stories that you tell yourself, the thoughts that you think throughout the day. And these are yet again informed by your experiences previously in childhood, most likely, if you went through some traumatic experiences, or even if you didn't suffer from what most of us would traditionally use the word trauma for. Being a kid is tough, and even if you didn't have actual neglect or abuse in your life, you've had situations where your confidence got lowered. You had certain interactions, you had this, you had that. And as an impressionable young person, we are all prone to developing different ideas and developing ideas that kind of take root in the subconscious mind and will inform us for years to come. And it is just a part of life. It is an unfortunate part of life that we tend to be more negative oriented than positive oriented. And a lot of the times, those stories that we're telling ourselves are kind of false stories based on, like I said, those experiences. And they're really just self-fulfilling prophecies. If you have abandonment issues, if you have self-confidence issues, if you have a feeling like you're not worthy enough or a worthwhile person, or like nothing that you say has any value. These are all some common things that a lot of us deal with. And again, like, it's not your fault. It's not your fault, but it is your responsibility. It is your responsibility to make the change. And I've been talking recently in my videos about embracing responsibility. How through embracing responsibility, you actually are now free. People want to think it's cool that, oh, I don't want to do anything. I don't want to work on myself. I just want to I just want to live the lap of Lux and, get all the material good things in life. If you're a guy, you're like, yeah, I want all the hot girls. I want the cars. I want I want the mansion. I want to fly on the jet. I want to sip Dom Perignon, right? But I don't want to do any work. Or if you're a woman, you might want, I want the best relationship. I want the rich husband. I want the guy with the six-pack abs. I want what's it called? I want the membership to the elite country club. I want to do all that stuff. I want to, go on trips, same type of deal, fly on jets, whatever. I want to live like the celebrities. I want to live live the high life. But you don't want to do any work. You look at people that have this, and unfortunately, a lot of the people were kind of born into it. So maybe that's where these ideas get born from, that, I should deserve it. I should get all this from doing nothing. But what you find with a lot of these people, even if you talk to them, even if you get to know them on a deep personal level, they're not very happy people. I mean, I've interacted with celebrities. I'm not saying that I've been really good friends with celebrities, but I've met Jake Paul in person. I've met Justin Bieber in person. And I'm not saying this to brag. I'm saying this because I used to live in LA. I used to frequent, a lot of different venues. I'd see a lot of famous people. I ran in crowds where I was exposed to people that were famous or whatever. And a lot of the times, if and I know through a friend of a friend or whatever, heard this story, the people actually, they have very, very bad mental health. Their mental health is in the gutter. It is in the absolute trash can, in the toilet. And a lot of people that have these material things that you might be looking at and saying, oh yeah, like, I want that, that seems, if I had that, my life would be perfect. And a lot of people get stuck in this trap. And it can come in relationships. It comes in the form of relationships all the time. Oh, if I had that girlfriend, my life would be A1. If I had that baddie, that bad bitch, then I would just be living life. Or the reverse for the woman, if I only had that, high value man, or if I only had that guy that could just pay for all my shopping sprees, or whatever the case, it doesn't matter. The point being, these are some of the common things. You might be a little bit more evolved on your journey, and you might actually be looking for a partner that actually possesses character, possesses integrity, values, and stands on their word, and all these types of things. But even no matter what you're seeking, no matter what it is, you coming from that perspective, you are seeking outside of yourself. And when you change your perspective, this is where that perspective, having your locus of control outside of you, again, you are giving all your power away. What we want to do is claim our power, claim our internal power, bring that locus of control back into ourself. And what that takes is a healthy dose of self-reflection, self-growth, self-evolution. And that is how we shift our perspective. Because the more self-love, that all of this stuff too, all of this chasing and needing and constantly needing this stimulus and validation and seeking and looking around like a frantic puppy dog, that anxious attachment style, like we talked about on the pendulum. That's that I need it so bad, right? In the pendulum example I always give. And then on the opposite, the avoidant attachment, which is, oh, I don't know if I'm good enough. Okay, those are both symptoms of low self-worth. Low self-worth. Your self-worth, you think that you're not good enough. Like I said, these things, they happen in childhood. Again, it's not your fault, but it is your responsibility. And there we go with that word again. That word's gonna keep coming up, you guys, because that word, responsibility, means that now it is I get to respond and use my ability to now respond to this situation. And now I need to take the situation into my own hands. That is what responsibility is, okay? I don't know, that's a play on words or whatever, but that is what it is. What you're doing is now you are responding rather than reacting, rather than saying, oh, I need it, seeking outside myself for all whatever it is. It's like a child that needs its toy, right? That's what you guys look like. And no offense to anybody, but like, that's what it looks like. It's very, very off-putting, all this needy energy, when you need that validation, when you need that thing so badly. And it distances yourself from it energetically, because what is it telling the universe? It's telling the universe, I am lacking that. I am lacking that. That is not in my reality. What does Neville Goddard say and all these spiritual teachers? Feel the wish as if it is already done. Feel the wish fulfilled, okay? You are not feeling the wish fulfilled every time you seek so hard outside of yourself. Every time you seek so hard validation from other people. Every time you try to construct this false self to then get validation from your outside circumstances. To say, oh yeah, this can feed my false ego self, and I don't need to work on myself. But what I need to do is just blame the outside circumstances if it's not lining up to what I want. And then I'm gonna just, I'm gonna keep doing my thing. I'm gonna keep being selfish, trying to get something for nothing, and you're not evolving at all. And what this will do is lead you down a path of misery into your self-created prison. Your perspective becomes your prison. When you think that I should be given everything, that it's not my responsibility, that I'm not going to take responsibility for my life, that I'm going to get one over on somebody, you are led to your own prison by adopting that type of mindset. Now, on the flip side, from people watching this channel, more than likely on the journey of becoming that best version of yourself, you want to embrace responsibility. You want to stand tall in the face of challenges. You want to overcome and surmount your obstacles. Maybe you listen to a bit of stoicism. Maybe you are working on self-help. You're doing your self-help journey. Maybe you listen to podcasts. Maybe that's how you start your day. Because when you start your day and you become almost obsessed with that raising in your consciousness, raising in your evolving of yourself mentally, physically, spiritually, and on all accounts, because it's all connected. And again, we got people doing a fast, but then they're being out here mistreating people, abusing people, manipulating people, lying, cheating, and then they're doing a fast and they're doing their skincare routine. Okay, that's, you might as well just give up the fast and go ahead and eat then, if you're doing all of that, because again, everything is all connected. And if you are putting out toxic energy into the world, you're going to be receiving toxic energy, negative energy back. I don't care what you think. I don't care if you think that you're above it or that it's not going to happen. It will happen. I've seen evidence of it in my life. And so anyways, your perspective being your superpower, let's talk about that. Let's talk about that's what happens when you embrace responsibility. When you take on and say, okay, how am I at the cause of the circumstance in my life? How is it that I'm showing up that's led to this result? And you work on yourself and you value your time, because then you have self-love. You're cultivating. If you don't have it already, you're on the path towards it. You're cultivating self-love. You're looking at yourself with all your faults, with all your flaws, with all your imperfections, and you're acknowledging, I'm a human being. I'm on my path. I'm becoming better. And every single day that it's brick by brick. Every single day I lay a new brick And I might not have a building. I might not have a house, let alone speak of that mansion that I want to live in someday. But every single day I'm putting in another brick. And every single day I'm making progress towards becoming that better version of myself. That better version of myself that's capable of building the reality that is heavenly, the reality that is supreme, that is comes from my desire, from my from my divine self, from my higher self. Those desires that are born from my higher self, those are the higher desires. The desire for sex, for money, for just, whatever it might be, the base desires, that's all well and good. I'm not saying not to go for that. You should be going for money. You should be going for sex if that's what makes you happy. But you also have to temper it in those lower base emotions with facts, with logic, and also with communicating with your higher self. Because if that is truly what you deem is, on your path and part of your mission, part of your purpose here, then go for it, And I think, I honestly think though that you're not able to have that higher dialogue with yourself until you really get real about who it is that you are. Because you can have sex with a lot of people. You can make a lot of money, right? But you don't need to do it in a manipulative or deceptive way, okay? There's a big difference between guys that are out here roofing chicks and guys that actually put the work in on themselves, develop themselves into better versions of themselves, and then are able to go on dating apps or go out and meet women and meet lots of women. And, like I said, more power to you. Go for it if that's the case, if that's what you want to do. And there's the same thing with business. There's a big difference between somebody that's out here scamming people, that's out here pulling one over on people every single time, robbing people, and somebody that actually has developed a skill set and something of value, a product or service that is of value, that is providing value to people that people are happy to pay them for. And those are the people that are operating with integrity. And like I said, you can choose consciously, but make sure that it's a conscious decision. Make sure that you are not getting pulled and led by your desires. Because there's a big difference between consciously deciding, hey, I want to make money, and being led and being greedy and having dollar signs in your eyes, and just being led to that, like the lust of it. Major difference. So your perspective can be your superpower when you look at yourself, do that healthy self-reflection, decide what it is that you really want, know who it is that you are, instead of putting on this false facade all the time, and then make your conscious decision, and then choose that, and then stick with it, and be consistent, and you will reap rewards. You will reap rewards, physical rewards, spiritual rewards. You will have fulfillment in your life. If you're going about life doing all this shortcutting and stuff, you're not going to feel fulfilled. There's no way you're going to feel fulfilled, because you, deep down in your heart of hearts, you know your truth, you know who you are, you know what your true character is. Doesn't matter if you fooled some people along the way. Eventually it's going to come out, and you will erode your reputation along the way. You will get what's coming to you. So anyways, guys, much love as always. I hope that this has been valuable. I hope this has been insightful. A little healthy dose of realism for you guys. And sometimes, they talk about the red pill, blue pill I had in my recent video, and that red pill can be a harsh pill to swallow sometimes. Sometimes it's not going to be fun looking at yourself in the mirror. It's not going to be fun seeing all the things that you might have done in your past, but it's going to be worth it. It's going to be worth it in the end, because you're going to accept it, integrate into yourself your darkness and your light. And that is what we do as human beings. None of us are pure angels. None of us are pure devils. The beauty of life is that it's gray. Life is shades of gray. There's not a single person out here that is a complete angel or a complete devil. And, you become empowered when you realize that truth too, because you'll stop idolizing, stop praying to false idols. A lot of people, they idolize people like Neville Goddard or whoever it might be. And it's like, Neville Goddard was a man. He was just a man. I'm just a man. You might just be a man or a woman. You're just a woman watching this. But that's okay. And you can still be of worth. You can still know that there's no reason you're not enough. There's no reason that you can't improve, that you can't go onto that journey and embark on that quest of bettering yourself, becoming a better person, and bringing in what it is that you want into your reality. Because we are living this human experience, and that is why we want to manifest things. That is why we want to build our reality. That is why we want to improve ourselves and reap the fruits of that new version of ourselves that we are becoming. So much love as always, guys. It's always a choice. You always have a decision on a moment-to-moment basis every single day. And it doesn't just happen. Don't give me that. Once you're a kid, once you've left your parents' house, might be at 18 or might be a little bit later, a few years later, it's always a choice. And even before that, you know, but when you're a young child, of course, certain things are not under your control. But after that, it's your responsibility. You might have had it rough growing up. A lot of us have had it rough growing up. You got to look at yourself and decide, when I take responsibility, that's when I take my power. And take your power. Take your power. It is here for the taking. It has been given to us. That is a gift that we have in this life. And embrace what it is that you are. If you are a man, stand fully proud to be a man. If you are a woman, stand fully proud to be a woman. Don't try to be something that you're not either, because that's going to distance yourself from your higher self again. And again, the less impeccable that you are with your word, the less that you can stand on your word, the less that you are then in tune with that self, in tune with your true self, your I. And you're seeing through the false self, the me. Anyways, guys, much love as always. Like I said, drop me a like, hit me with a comment down below. Let me know your thoughts are. Let me know what your thoughts are on this. Hopefully my cold goes away because my voice is still nasally. I'm about to go to Vegas. That's going to be fun. Fun little adventure. Maybe I'll make some videos while I'm out there. And with that being said, much love. Hit me with a subscribe. I will see you guys in the next video.